The World Trade Organization, WTO, is the only global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between nations. At its heart are the WTO agreements, negotiated and signed by the bulk of the world's trading nations and ratified in their parliaments. The goal is to help producers of goods and services, exporters and importers conduct their business. Essentially, the WTO is a place where member governments try to sort out the trade problems they face with each other. But the WTO is not just about liberalizing trade, and in some circumstances its rules support maintaining trade barriers. For example, to protect consumers, prevent the spread of disease, or protect the environment. Nonetheless, the World Trade Organization, WTO, is governed by several decision-making bodies. The highest authority is the Ministerial Conference, which meets every 2 years. The Ministerial Conference includes representatives from all member countries and customs unions. It has the authority to address any issue related to the multilateral trade agreements. Below it, the General Council, composed of ambassadors and heads of delegations, convenes regularly in Geneva. The General Council is the WTO's highest-level decision-making body, having representatives, usually ambassadors or equivalent, from all member governments and has the authority to act on behalf of the Ministerial Conference. This body also serves as the trade policy review body and the dispute settlement body. The General Council oversees the Goods Council, Services Council, and Intellectual Property Council. These councils are supported by specialized committees, working groups, and working parties that address specific agreements in areas like the environment, development, membership applications, and regional trade agreements. All WTO members can participate in these councils and committees except for the appellate body, dispute settlement panels, and plurilateral committees. The initial step involves a formal request to the World Trade Organization General Council from the government of a country or entity seeking membership. Subsequently, the WTO conducts a comprehensive examination of the applicant country's trade policies, encompassing all laws, regulations, and practices pertaining to international trade. This assessment aims to ensure alignment with the World Trade Organization's principles and rules. Following this, bilateral negotiations are undertaken with WTO members by the candidate country to adjust tariffs, quotas, and commitments across various trade sectors. These negotiations aim to secure the country's commitment to trade liberalization in accordance with World Trade Organization standards. Additionally, multilateral negotiations address the alignment of the country's laws and policies with the organization's rules. Upon conclusion of these negotiations, an accession protocol is drafted, detailing the country's trade-related commitments, including tariffs, subsidies, services, and intellectual property rights. The WTO General Council must approve the accession protocol. This approval is contingent upon the satisfaction of existing members with the candidate country's commitments. Consensus is generally sought for Council approval. Post-WTO approval, the country's government must ratify the accession protocol domestically, which may necessitate parliamentary or legislative approval. Upon ratification, the country attains full WTO membership. As a member, it becomes subject to all organizational rules and acquires the right to participate in decision-making processes, as well as to resolve trade disputes through the WTO's dispute settlement system. The WTO's annual budget is funded by its members, who contribute based on their relative share of world trade. Budget allocations cover administrative operations, salaries, benefits, facilities maintenance, in general operations, programs and events, meetings, training, and seminars, and technical assistance, supporting developing and least developed countries in integrating into the global trading system. In 2023, the WTO's annual budget was 197,203,900 Swiss francs, approximately equivalent to 220 million US dollars. WTO works with a number of other international government organizations under the banner of coherence by the decision on achieving greater coherence in global economic policymaking. But coherence in global economic policymaking goes much beyond the WTO's formal and specific cooperation arrangements with the IMF and the World Bank. Indeed, it is now recognized that the WTO system is only one part of a much broader set of international rights and obligations that bind WTO members. The WTO maintains extensive institutional relations with several other international organizations.